back again with another exciting video. We have Jonathan Briggs with us again.
Yeah, thanks again. It's great being here. Jack Matthews and Jonathan Briggs with Fluid Digitals. We cannot be stopped. So
that's the way it is. We're going to get right into the show. We've got a few interesting topics that we're going to cover right now.
Yeah, that's right. So one of the first things we're going to look at today is just a crazy man going after a female police officer with a hammer.
And that is brutal. You should see he just runs her down. I mean, it's ugly.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
You'll see for yourself. Next up, we have the recruitment process right now for the
Army. Yeah,
the Army in the United States of America.
And of course, this is all good. This is a trans situation where we have trans individuals explaining exactly how to get things done and how they feel about the situation in the Army and something to do with how to dress or how to deal with their feelings or I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that perhaps the woke ideology has hijacked the U.S. military.
Most definitely.
And then finally, we're going to look at how to demolish the patriarchy. So we have a few opinions from some.
We have these intelligent women telling us exactly what to do and how. Men, you're not needed. Apparently, you're not needed. Let's get into the show. Let's go.
Reporting to the scene, and this guy just rushes her with a hammer.
Can you put that down, please?
What, Stern?
Can you put that down, please?
Grab
By the way, this is Fleckus Talk. They've been around for a while, but anyway, let's keep going.
block, Deb.
Back up, come up. Stop!
Yeah. I think right away I can recognize her mistake. She yelled a stop about 3 or 4 times, running backwards. You can see on her.
Exactly. Now, instead of being the cop, she's the victim. And here's the thing. I mean, listen, I have no problem with a woman being a detective or behind a desk or something else. I'm fine with that. I don't have an issue with that. But as far as my wife being on the front line,
walking the streets,
walking the streets, trying to get drunks off the street or whatnot. I just can't square that circle. It's not happening.
It's a recipe for disaster.
It's a recipe for disaster. Exactly. Let's get back into the video. This is sounding brutal.
This sounds gruesome. I mean, it's hard to watch. It's hard to listen to.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just hear her screaming the whole time.
Yeah. There's a hammer. You see the hammer in his hand right there? Yeah. There you go.
So that was dark. And the woman is hurt very bad. She's in bad or critical condition or something.
And she goes from a cop to a lady.
She goes from a cop to a screaming lady very quickly.
Very quickly. And, I'm not against girl cops.
Come on. Yes, you are. You're just trying to be nice. Anyway, moving right along. Yeah, that's pretty sad. I mean, from what I understand, she's hurt really bad, and she's not dead, but she's gonna be in the hospital for an extended period of time.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you want to see. It's sad to see anyone get injured. It's the type of situation where perhaps you want someone maybe with better training, perhaps who feels more comfortable behind the firearm to take care of the situation.
Exactly.
But yes, here we are. That's the result. So
anyway, let's get into our second video here. We have a video, of an Army recruit. Well, this is more of a trans situation. You have some trans individuals who've joined the Army here, and let's see how it goes.
Okay.
The U.S. military is in the middle of what is a massive recruiting drought. In 2022, the U.S. Army had its most difficult recruiting year since it ended the draft in 1973.
Are you surprised about this, Jonathan?
I'm not very surprised. I did hear that recruiting these individuals has become very difficult for the new Generation Z.
Well, come on, they don't want to be in the army. That's not their thing, you know. I don't see that.
No, hard work and dedication and exercise. Well, why would they be interested in that?
Exactly.
Branches are struggling too, leaving the Army, Navy, and Air Force roughly 30,000 recruits short of their goals. There are all sorts of explanations for the shortfall, including the pandemic.
I wonder why. Yeah, including the pandemic. I'm guessing that's why there's a shortfall.
Well, absolutely. I mean, if you can think about all the mental health issues that happen to young people during and after the pandemic, I can imagine you just can't draw from the same pool like you used to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Some people have been asking me how to get through basic training with gender dysphoria. And honestly, my first response is just not to look in the mirror.
Hold on a second. Let me tell you something. I'm not taking any instructions from this person about basic training. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna let this one slide. You got anything to say about this, John?
I mean, it's definitely one of these things when you hear people say, "Hey, the world's laughing at us." You know, like we got actual wars going on in the world right now, and people are looking at the U.S. military and saying, "This is what's going on. This is how you're recruiting soldiers." I mean,
it's funny.
People used to fear the U.S.
So if you're a girl and you want to look pretty, but you're out here looking like a peanut, let me help you out. So my first tip is personal hygiene. Nothing's going to make you feel as feminine as being hygienic.
Can you imagine being in a platoon with this guy or this person?
Okay, you know what? I'm looking at this and I'm saying, really? I mean, is this... I'm sure this is not most of the people in the military. This has got to be a fraction. Yeah. But I mean, you know, so yeah, and these are the people you're showing. Now, this is Mark Dice. Fine, I get it, but I just cannot see most of the people joining the military being this trans or what have you. I don't see it.
Well, here's a good point. I think is that you've heard in the last couple of years this idea of diversity quotas, right? So
yes,
every organization, every corporation needs to hire someone who's, I don't know, they got to be black or they have to be gay,
right,
indigenous, whatever. They got to check
BIPOC. You heard that word, BIPOC?
Yeah, the BIPOC. Whatever. Yeah. I don't know if these guys are all getting along together in a group, but they're all.
I don't think you're in that BIPOC name.
I'm excluded from BIPOC, so I'm the enemy. But just the point I wanted to get to quickly here was that I think this is one of those things where it's like a diversity quota. It's like the army, you know. Someone says to them, you know, we need to have a couple transgenders on our team. You know, we need to have a couple of these people so that we have representation.
Exactly.
So they get a couple of these people. Maybe they put them in a video, but they're not on the front lines.
No,
I think they've just been hired for.
Yeah, they're not the majority of the people who decide to join up.
And we look forward to doing this again soon.
That is it. I am out, and I will see you later.